Well, hello and welcome to this channel. Welcome back or welcome any new listeners. I'm very grateful that you're taking the time to consider these Dhamma teachings. Today we're on page 31 of the little brown book, Kamatthana. Indriya, chief or lord. I believe that name is also the name of a god or goddess in the Hindu tradition, but in any way, the intention here is to appreciate these qualities as pure Dhamma qualities or spiritual qualities or heavenly qualities or factors, and let's see how they are, identified. Indriya, a dominant factor or a power. Well, if a God is usually considered a powerful being, so these are factors, powers that we need to develop in order to have the concentration, the focus, the power, and determination to be successful in our practice. Sada, faith or conviction. I've mentioned before, faith has kind of a bad reputation for some of us. People of faith don't seem to be living examples of what they have faith in, so we begin to doubt their religion. So nowadays, the translators are using the word conviction to try to limit our misunderstanding or our prejudice towards the word faith. This is essential. We're not going anywhere without a strong determination, which is a form of conviction. And at the same time, in Buddha's teachings, faith is the first step, but it's just a step. It's having enough faith to, quote, give it a try. Let's see if it's true or not. I'm not positive that I believe this or that this works or this is historically accurate, etc., etc. But I'm willing to give it a try. Now, giving it a try requires effort, vidya, effort, energy, and this effort turns out to be quite intense. It's not easy. If it were easy, everyone would be doing it, and there are not that many people who are. And in our culture, Western culture, we're always looking for the easy way out, fast, and easy, in all different forms of our secular life. This is what is preached to us. So we're going to give it a try. In order to give it a try, we're going to have to make some really sincere effort. We're going to learn how to focus the mind, which currently is out of control. So these next three factors we're going to see repeated and have already come in contact with them throughout the Buddha's teachings. So mindfulness, sati, is mindfulness. Definition that I've given in the past is constant conscious awareness with clear comprehension. So the idea is when we're going through our normal daily experiences and routine, we are watching what's going on. We have developed or are developing this factor called the one who knows, or the watcher, or just knowing. So we know that we know, and that's the difference between everyone else. They know what they're doing, but they don't know that they know. They don't have this witness to their thoughts, words, and deeds. In order to be good at sati, it's a form of concentration. So samadhi is concentration. There's nothing magical about it. It's a tool that we must develop sufficiently that the mind will stay focused, it will stay in place, it won't run off, it won't get distracted, it won't start proliferating about things other than what we have asked it to do. And the result of this mindfulness and concentration is the wisdom, panya. So we start with a conviction that it's worth trying. Then we use energy, we make effort. Sixth noble truth is right effort. We have to have right view and right understanding in order to practice correctly. But when we are practicing correctly, we're practicing mindfulness, concentration, and a natural offspring or a natural wisdom just naturally arises in consciousness when we have created the conditions for it to do so. So now we'll give some definitions of faith or conviction. It eventually becomes unshakable at stream entry, unshakable by its opposite, doubt. One of the 3 or 4 benefits that the Buddha attributes to someone who has entered the stream is a satapani or a sotaban, is that their faith, a conviction arises in the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha that will not fade, will not weaken, will not disappear, will not be overcome by doubt. Faith is the antidote to doubt, and doubt is the 5th of our enemies that we've talked about before and will continue to talk about. So we get this faith. It's not perfected, but it's so substantial that it can't be shaken when we enter the stream. And prior to that, no matter how faithful we are and how earnest we are in our efforts, it's possible that at some point we feel defeated and frustrated and hopeless, and we may give up the practice. Here are the 4 best kinds of faith. Well, here we are, triple gem in the Buddha, in the Dhamma, in the Sangha, and in renunciation. What are we renouncing? Nekama. We're renouncing the belief that we're a person and that we have this personal history, we have these memories, we have our goals, our aspirations. We have, of course, our history is our parents, our family, our livelihood, our education, etc., etc. We just let that all go as part of the delusion, the grand delusion of being a person. Further definitions of faith. Faith is seen in the 4 factors of stream entry. Faith in the triple gem and the 5 virtues or precepts. So the 4 factors are triple gem, faith in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and the 5 virtues or precepts. we won't have been successful in entering the stream if we have not been deeply committed to living a virtuous life. The precepts, if you're forgetting them right now, is not to kill any living being intentionally, not to take what does not belong to you, don't steal anything, don't commit sexual misconduct, use right speech. The definition of right speech is fourfold. We have to really, really guard the way we speak, and don't use intoxicants that disturb the mind or cause us to be unable to control it. And now a definition of effort is seen in the four right strivings. The Satipatthana, we're going to go into detail about the Satipatthana Sutta on page 50. So I won't say much about it right now, but we have an insight into body. That's one. We have an insight into the body sensations, experiences the body has. That's two. We have an insight into the nature of the mind. That's three. And we have insights into the things the mind manifests or takes interest in, called mind objects. And in order to be liberated, we have to perfect the insight into those four factors. Mindfulness is seen in the four Satipatthanas. So we're practicing the Satipatthana Sutta using mindfulness, constant conscious awareness throughout our waking hours. And wisdom is seen in the Four Noble Truths. Somehow we have missed concentration. I just noticed that for the first time. There should be 5 of these. Let's see. We have failed to give a good definition to the actually number 4, which is concentration. So forgive me for that. Concentration ultimately is one-pointedness of mind. That means the mind, like a laser, stays on the object of meditation without wandering. It's not a dog that just wanders off when you're not looking. So we'll use that definition for concentration. That's a goal. That is not usually where we start, and we should not be discouraged or disappointed if our concentration doesn't meet that definition. I'm going to go on to page 32 because we have time. So I'm not even going to try to pronounce those Pali words. Blind faith or false faith is wrong view. False faith is the willingness to endure and persevere in the absurd. I may have mentioned before, there are people whose religion is totally faith-based, and the more outrageous thing they say they believe, the more proud they are of how powerful their faith is. So in Buddhism, our faith must be rewarded by direct experience, and once we have the experience, we no longer say, I have faith in. We don't need faith. We know that it's true by our direct experience. And it is quite astonishing the degree to which people will continue to suffer in the name of being faithful. Here's a quote. The unknown is masked by the imagination of our belief or faith. So if we're having the wrong faith, misguided faith, a delusional faith, then we're not going to know the mystery called the Dhamma. What is belief? The acceptance of possibility as actuality. A mind made impure by its inability to accept the actual. So faith, misguided, based on ignorance, comes up with explanations and definitions for something that has happened, but they don't see it for what it is. They color it based on their religious beliefs. For most, the only thing that makes the present moment manageable is the prospect of a better future. This applies to all individuals, whether they have a spirituality practice or not, including Buddhists. We continue to practice even though things are not going well in our personal secular life, emotionally or financially or in relationships, etc. May be very difficult, very painful, but we have some faith that we can get through it, that things will get better, that things will change, and that's why we stay alive. Now I'll do effort. We'll talk about effort, persistence, and energy. The right effort and right exertions. So notice it requires persistence. One of the forms of energy must take is patient perseverance, a persistence, a strong determination. Here's number 1. Prevent the arising of unwholesome states. I'm going to name all 4 and then we'll talk about them. Eliminates the arisen unwholesome states, develop unarisen wholesome states, and sustain and perfect arisen wholesome states. So translated, that is, when we're walking through our day and we're practicing mindfulness, and when we're on the cushion practicing concentration, we focus our attention on what is wholesome as a way of preventing the mind's proliferating into unwholesome areas. So if it has done that, then we eliminate that, we wake up, we catch it, we let go of it as quickly as we can. So we endeavor to prevent by keeping good, wholesome, Dhammic consciousness. But if we slip, if we forget, if unwholesome concepts arise, emotions arise in consciousness, then we let go of them as quickly as we become aware of them. And the 2 positives here are we develop qualities, virtues that we haven't really developed until now. It says unarisen wholesome states. So we could go back to compassion, loving kindness, equanimity, and sympathetic joy, Maybe we're not very good at that. Maybe we're not very patient. Maybe we're not very forgiving. Maybe we're not very generous in various ways, etc. So we want to develop those qualities by thinking about them, examining them, and finding ways that we can practice them in our daily life. And those qualities that we are good at, maybe we are generous, maybe we're very patient, etc. Well, we just want to be better and better at that. So here's another definition or another way of thinking about those four. This is from our teacher, Ajahn Kanchit. He's pictured on the front page of this booklet, and he's still a living master in northeast Thailand. So he wrote, "The effort to be mindful of the sense of satisfaction and dissatisfaction that arise and aware when they pass away." So two things here. One is we notice that we're liking, we're enjoying, we're preferring, we're clinging to things we like, or we notice that things have arisen that we don't like, we don't want, we want to go away. We have to be mindful that that has arisen to consciousness, and we just watch. And we notice that by nature they arise and pass away if we don't cling to them. Number two, the effort to abandon the sense of satisfaction and dissatisfaction by recognizing they are not self. They occur without permission and will eventually pass away. So remember, mindfulness is constant conscious awareness. That's the first step in mindfulness. The next essential step is to remember there is no such thing as a self. Therefore, that is clear comprehension, is there is non-self. There is no such thing as self. And therefore, this, whatever satisfaction or dissatisfaction we're experiencing, this is not me, this does not belong to me, and this does not constitute myself. Third, the effort to practice and develop mindfulness with clear comprehension. Well, I've already covered that. I'm surprised when I say something and then it happens to be the next sentence on the page. So if we're practicing mindfulness without clear comprehension, we are actually claiming everything that happens is happening to me. And there is no liberation with that delusion. The effort to maintain mindfulness and clear comprehension to the fullest until it transforms into the extinction of all defilements and suffering, which is by nature nibbana. All defilements. So everything that is non-truth, everything that's problematic, troublesome, painful, every form that delusion takes is a defilement and is a form of suffering. If we practice this effort, right effort, we can be certain that over time these defilements will drop away, drop away, drop away, drop away. Sometimes we'll just notice days, weeks, months later, wow, I haven't been mad about such and so for such a long time. Or, oh, wow, I never think about that bad experience that used to haunt me all the time. These defilements drop away slowly but consistently so long as we are practicing mindfulness and with clear comprehension. Okay, we've done page 31 and 32. I'm so grateful if you've made it to the end of this Dhamma talk. If you feel that it's valuable, please subscribe, like and subscribe, and with the hope that others may come in contact with this Dhamma and receive a blessing. Thank you very much.